something basically to happen, mechanical issue or something for them to, get into the pointy end of the pack again.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Andy Knight. He really has come on since Hampton Downs, and now you can see he's side by side with Foggy, and I think he's going to give Foggy a run for his money if he gets a good start. He's in the all-red number 50 as we line up a fantastic field of classic and brilliant-looking Napa Central muscle cars from Manfeild. Round 4 of the championship. Right halfway. Lights are on. Away they go, and good start from Foggy. He jumped a little bit, but certainly didn't jump start as he did at Hampton Downs. That was a very good start from Foggy, much better, but Knight got away well too, and Foggy dives into the Toyota curve for the first time, leading this race in the all black and gold. Everybody nicely through the Toyota curve, and no messing about early on, and a nice clean start, but it's Foggy who leads from Andy Knight here.
Yes. Andy Knight, he's been racing with us for a number of years now. It's quite a narrow sort of Oldsmobile sort of style car from back in the day. So it's probably got a little bit less drag than Foggy's car, but it's his first season that he's sort of stuck in it, and he's raced sort of all the rounds with us. So it's good to see him out there, and definitely a very, very good driver.
Yeah, no question about it. Andy Knight's got a great pedigree coming into this, and that's what I love about the Central Muscle cars. You don't know who's going to show up and who has the experience. Either somebody puffing a bit of smoke out there, I hope that's just the mix and not a big problem, because if that is the problem, it's Perkins. Dean Perkins is making his way through, but smoking away there in the 75. Is that a problem, do you reckon?
Oh, it could be a bit of a problem. It looks like he's slowing a little bit now, coming into the pit lane and that sort of thing. So he had a bit of a problem with a misfire going into qualifying. So he did sort of one lap and didn't get a qualifying time, which put him at the back. But to get sort of halfway through the field in one lap is pretty exceptional.
Yeah, and he has pulled off into the pit, so we'll keep an eye on what happens to him. But it is Fogg from Knight. Wallace is third at the moment in the 151. Michael Wallace. Dean Hansen coming through the pack. He's in 4 now. Craig Boot is in 5th place. Andrew Porter, then Tristan Tecchi, the man I mentioned who had a podium last time out at Hampton Downs. Clark Hopkins is in 8th position. Matt Spratt up to 9th. And Tom Boyding riding out the top 10. So a good clean start. And already, the 75, that's it. Game over. But there's a few more races left to go. So he'll, I'm sure, get that fixed up and get that back out again. The top 2 pulling away at the front now. They've built up a quite strong lead early on, and it is early days in this one, but as we expected, a classic battle between Fogg and Knight starting to come together as the rest of the field fight on behind it.
Yeah, well, like Wallace's
Here
car.
comes Knight.
Yeah, Wallace's car is similar to Knight's car. One's an Oldsmobile, one's a both built in the same place up in Auckland, and they're very similar cars. Wallace is actually leading the championship, running 3rd at the moment, so he's probably trying to protect the car a little bit so he can make it to the end of the season without too many dramas.
Yeah, 484 points at the moment for Michael Wallace to the 456 of Dean Hansen. Craig Boot in 3rd place, but Andy Knight starting to put some real pressure on Mr. Fogg in the Mustang, and well, he might, because he's got a good chance to have a crack at him here. And Fogg, of course, perhaps probably the best known driver from the series, had so much success, great character, and had an up and down Hampton Downs last time out, and so he'll want to stay right there in the number 11 in the lead. And I think he's trying to get away from Knight, but Knight keeping it honest. The flames pouring out the back of Foggy's car as they head onto the main straight again in the number 11. It's a 2-way battle at the moment. We'll take a look at the times this time as they cross the line. Fogg does a best time of 1:10.048 and 1:10.1. So it's very close between these two. And really, as you can see, they're now starting to build. But we've got a good battle also for 3rd place. Dean Hansen and Michael Wallace. And that's important battle, that one, for 3rd, isn't it?
Yes, definitely is. Yeah, Dean Hansen was the leader last year. He won the championship last year in that car, the old taxi out of Australia. So it's going really, really well, and he's a really, really good driver with it. He had a drama here last time. One of his back wheels come off, and he sort of didn't finish a race, which has put him back quite a bit in the points. So he's sort of got to expect a failure from someone else to get back up on the leaderboard.
You know, it's interesting. Racing in a pandemic is never easy, but I'd heard that, well, when it was raining in Hampton, several of the drivers didn't have wet tyres because, you know, they just didn't bring them with them. Has it been a problem to get in tyres and to get things going when you're dealing with a market that is slim at the best of times? But has COVID made it tougher to go racing?
It definitely has. The wet tyres not so much, because in our season it's mainly dry. Like we race through the summer season and then have a rest through the winter over here with these cars, and they go best in the dry as well. But we are having a problem with the hand control tyre they use at the moment, getting stock. You know, they're probably stuck on the water somewhere just out of a port somewhere off New Zealand. So if we can get them in, there's talk of them. Like, these guys are running on the tyres from 2 meetings, and normally they can bring in a new set of tyres every meeting. So, you know, they're allowed 4 old, 4 new tyres, but they're running on old tyres from the last meeting that are sort of scraping up tyres out of a barrel sort of thing and chucking them on the car. Looks like Tristan Tecky's just come into the pits.
I was about to say, he's running out of road. Tristan Tecky, number 27, the man who was on the podium last time, has just literally trickled down the pit lane and in real trouble. And not like he's damaged the car, but it looks as though he's got some sort of mechanical issue, because he was going very slow indeed. As we start to look at now some really good Napa battles here in the midfield of our central muscle cars from Manfeild. As we take a look at the number 7, Craig Boot, in 5th place at the moment, and behind him Andy Porter. Good battle this. And we've got distinct battles all the way through. 151, Michael Wallace with Dean Hansen right behind him.
Wallace has just gone off.
Oh no! So the championship leader is fallible.
That's what we're saying.
Save, not right now.
Yeah, it's one of those things that can sort of throw a spanner in the works for your championship points, you know. So he'll lose a couple of points there if he doesn't sort of get back up to the front. But you know, he should be able to push past these other cars and get back up there again, hopefully.
Yeah, will they do another handicap race this weekend, or is it all straight grid races?
Well, this is what they call a scratch race, fastest off the front, and then we go away, put the times from the qualifying and the first race into a computer, and then we spit out a handicap race. For the next 2 races are reverse grid handicap races, and if they beat the time that they've qualified on, there's penalty points as far as that puts them back down the field in our personal results, and it affects their results as far as the championship for the end of the year.
Well, while we've been watching that battle, Angus Fogg in the number 11 has started to really put the hammer down. 2.2 now he leads this race. And somebody else just going wide there, but he's cracked it over Andy Knight and just pulled away, as we know Foggy likes to do. And this is how Foggy likes to race. He likes to get in the zone, and now he'll start piling on the laps, I'm sure. And Knight will have his work cut out if he's going to try and challenge Angus Fogg as we go back to this battle between Boot and Porter. And this is the battle for 4th place. Porter right behind him. A little bit of smoke coming, a little bit of coming out of his as well. And the number 3 I'm talking about, Ian.
Yeah, they're very evenly matched cars. I mean, I can see a bit of smoke coming out of Porter's car. I think Boot's motor's made by a guy, Marsh, up in Auckland, who does motors and that, whereas the one that Porter's in is a NASCAR out of the States. The motor that's in that is probably like a Hendrix engine or a Roush Yates engine is what the top guys use those engines, because they are reasonably cheap. It's a lot more cost involved in building a brand new engine, and you can tell the different cars by the banner on the windscreen. The solid blue banner right across is the Group 2 cars, and the one with the red on the outside, the Napa banner with the red on the outside, that's the Group 1 guys, which have got the faster, more highly strung engines in them.
I see, yeah, that's a good way of describing it and a good way of understanding it too. This is a great battle. They really are slip sliding as they go through the Castrol S's, or the former Splash as it was called, and into the hairpin, and then back down the Denny Holmes straight. And that smoke is getting worse, Ian, and I just thought it was dealable, but I'm starting to worry about Porter.
Yeah, normally if it's an engine, it'll sort of, a whole lot more smoke will come out. It may be like a seal oil dripping onto a header pipe or something like that, which is causing a little bit of smoke coming out the back. It doesn't sort of look like it's too terminal at the moment, so hopefully it's not, and they can get out and, you know, provide, you know, races, do the whole 4 races basically.
Paul Bowden just pulled in, and it looks as though the number 68, Paul Bowden, is out of this one, but the race continues. He has slowed a little bit because the man behind him has caught up, and that is Matt Spratt, the newcomer, so to speak, and doing a good job. Spratt currently in 6th place, but he's caught right up to Porter now as we go back to the battle between car number 8, Clark Hopkins, and Tony Galbraith.
Yeah, Matt Spratt, he actually races utes as well. He's come from the Ute series where it's a little bit more argy-bargy and that, but he's got a really, really nice car and he wants to look after it, so he won't be treating it like he treats his Ute.
No, absolutely. I love this racing because it's fair, it's good, and it's competitive, but we don't really want any paths broken because certainly to these guys, these are priceless cars, i.e. they wouldn't part with them for no money. They put a lot of love into them as they prepare them. They get here early, they go late, and they enjoy the evening. I believe there's a sort of wash down tonight at 6 o'clock in the paddock, so I might tune into that on Facebook and see what they're up to.
Yeah, a bit of banter.
I'm sure there'll be some stories and some yarn to be told. A bit of banter as we look at the 48, but it's not Jimmy Johnson. It's Tony Boyden, and he's under pressure. Back with the leader, though. Angus Fogg really, really pushing on now, and he's put in some really good laps, and he's taken that gap out of 3.2 seconds as we head on to the last lap now. So this has been another fine performance by Angus Fogg. You can see the gap for yourself. Andy Knight has got a clean 2nd place, and these two are a long way up the road from the rest of the field. And Ian, I guess this is what you expected as they come out of Higgins?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is sort of like Foggy's had a bit of a bad run, and it's probably his turn to pick up a win and some valuable points. And yeah, it's a very presentable car, and he does a great job with it. So yeah, like it's you know, and he spends a lot of time in race cars, so he's got a really he's got a racecraft that's sort of second to none, I suppose you'd call it.
Checkered flag waves then for Angus Fogg in the J.A. Russell Ford Mustang Boss, and takes the checkered flag over Andy Knight by, in the end, 1.4 seconds, so he slowed it down on the last lap. Dean Hanson coming across the line in 3rd place. Craig Boot will be 4th, Andrew Porter 5th, Matt Spratt 6th. Michael Wallace does look as though he's recovered and will come across the line in, what, 7th place by the looks of things. Michael Wallace coming across. Any surprises? Clark Hopkins 8th, Galbraith 9th, and Tony Boyden 10th. Any surprises there for you, Ian?
Well, Bruce Kett, who's just coming over the line now, he's normally behind the other guy behind him in the Chickadee Commodore, and